everybody, this is St-Pierre. Today is sort of like a day 7 of week 4. Basically, it's a wrap up, a little bit of motivation, a little bit of taking a back step to see where you're at. Trust me, you need this. Okay, so I'm going to make an analogy of where we've been and where we are and where we're going. Are you ready? Okay, so you are a teenager about to, that's just when I started, a teenager that's about to do their driving classes. Remember driver's ed? So I imagine most of you have done driver's ed. If you haven't, lucky son of a guns. Okay, so you're at driving course, you've never driven, not at all, and you get there and the instructor shows you your car, which the car will be your body. Don't take it wrong. And he gives you a big old Cadillac. Yes, it runs fine. It's nice and smooth, but it's a big car, okay? And I'm saying this because, first of all, if you've never trained, you're probably really comfortable in your body comfort zone. Like you eat what you want, you do what you want, you get to interact that way. And when you start moving around, like you will start leaving the parking lot with this big car, you have to get the motor going, you have to give it plenty of gas because it's a lot of weight to move. It's got maybe a saggy suspension, which is super comfortable to ride in, but you still gotta get it going, okay? So you're taking off the first few days that you're in this driver's ed, first few hours that you're working at it, you're learning a whole bunch of things. You're learning how the car rides, how it turns, how it accelerates. This is you on the treadmill learning about your body. And I've been giving you different things to allow you to feel the car. We went faster, we went slower, we went uphill, we went more flat. So you got, and we got sideways, so sort of like a parallel parking. So you got to know your weaknesses and your strengths. And, which is all good because you'll need this for when you kind of go into the town. I'm hoping in your case that you didn't start bam on in New York City, but you might have, but hopefully you were in a smaller town or something and got to learn a little bit easier spots. So you get used to your car. So the first month, you get used to your car, and from there, you get to gauge it. Now you're comfortable with your car, and you keep trying. Okay, we're going on, I'm gonna use miles here just because most of you are using miles. You're starting with a 25 to 30 miles an hour, and now we're going to the 40 to 45. Okay, so we're getting onto the back roads maybe, or secondary roads, and you're getting comfortable with what's going on. Now you also have to take in consideration the weather, your environment, what's around you when you're driving. You got other cars, you have intersections, you have to deal with what's happening, the light, the stop sign, you have to judge all of these little things. And this is what happens when you're on your treadmill with your body. You're kind of going, okay, the treadmill is sort of like the road, and your body is the car, right? So you're getting on bigger roads now. We're going into the 40K miles, sorry. I'm gonna get this in. Now this month coming up, we're still at driver's ed, but let's say that we have, 6 hours of driving in our system, and we're getting a little comfortable and we're ready to try new stuff. We're ready for highway. So are you ready to go on the highway? Okay, now the highway usually is a little bit faster, and it's usually straighter. I mean, you might have some curves and stuff, but you usually tend to be able to go faster. But your environment still may change. It might snow, it might rain, it might be windy, it might be very sunny and glary. You may have cars coming on from a side street thinking he has plenty of time to get in front of you. So you may all of a sudden have a bit of a panic and have to either brake or slow right down, and then it takes a little while before you get back. This would represent you doing a little bit more than you're capable of on the treadmill, and your body's saying, whoa, what are you doing? Okay, and then you kind of have to slow down and analyze what's going on and reframe, okay? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that speed to come in, for you to know your car and to know your environment, okay, and how to react to it. So when you're on your treadmill, you know your vehicle, you know your body, and you know the environment, which is your treadmill and all of the situations that I'm giving you, that I'm throwing to you. Now, because we're doing more mileage at this point, some parts of your car may need to be changed. I don't know, like the suspension that is saggy, you might want to change it for having some nice stiff shocks. So your joints, that represents your joints. If you're feeling that your ankles or your knees or your hips are feeling a little, tweaky, if you haven't been doing the videos on knee rehab, I highly suggest you go do those. I've been doing them for the past month, but I do them usually with my clients anyways. I do them 2-3 times a day with clients. And I'm feeling the tweakiness. So I assume that some of you are probably feeling it as well. So get some stretches in, get some strengthening going in there, change that suspension, okay? You may need an oil change. Cars need oil changes. Well, for you, that would be maybe doing another cabbage soup diet, maybe perhaps, or just watching what you're eating. Maybe put some super in your car. Put some, what is it? You guys have Supreme. Do that, Super Plus. Just upgrade the food, upgrade so your engine works better, okay? So that's what we're looking for this month. Next month, you're going to be ready to go on the interstate. Okay, but you're going to be coming into the interstate where you think you're going to be doing well until you hit traffic in the city. Okay, so that's what we're aiming for, is getting into the freeway, onto the freeway, going through a city. So we're going to hit a lot of obstacles and have to, just work our way through it. And once we're ending the last 2 weeks of the last month, we're going to be heading out of town and onto a straight piece of interstate, no traffic. That's what we're looking for, okay? So are you ready for that? I want you to kind of check in with yourself and see how you are doing. Now, I know some of you out there started from scratch. This first month has probably been quite difficult, but I need you to remember where you started. Go look at the charts. You'll see where the charts were at. We started at 2 miles an hour, 5 incline, and we worked our way all the way up to 2.7, 5 miles an hour, but also an incline, but we went up, and we went up. So we're at 3.5 on your speed, which is really, really, really good. Okay, so take that in consideration, see where you've been and how you are now, and check in, how does your body feel? Usually the first month, you won't see much physiological changes. Like if somebody were to see you on the street, they would probably notice that you look better. Color, feeling, our energy tends to be a little bit more pretty, or energy is prettier. And people can sense that, but not necessarily see it in your size. You will definitely feel it in your thighs, and you will probably start feeling it quite a bit in your hips. A lot of things are going on in here. So if you've been doing the upper body and the lower body, you're probably seeing a lot more progress quicker. If you're only doing the cardio, you're definitely seeing how your breathing is affected and how your heart is affected when you're doing the cardio. I'm sure that me making it harder is not much harder than when you first started the first time, and we've been climbing. So take that in consideration, see what you need to adjust yourself, you know what you're doing, you know what kind of workout you're doing, you know how much you're putting out, to be able to actually get through this 90-day challenge and to feel amazing. So, are you ready to start your second month? Tomorrow, we're doing the 5th week. I'm excited because it's actually a little intense. You're not doing much more time. We're actually, I think, coming down on time, like 4 minutes or something like that, but we're definitely going up in elevation and going up in speed. So, see you tomorrow.